Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Counselor of Universitas Juanda, Profesor Dr. Haji Martin Rustami SH.MH, the Honorable Director of Universitas Juanda, Juanda University, Profesor Dr. Hajah Raden Siti Pupu Pawujia, Honorable all committee chairperson, organizer, and the entire implementing team of the 19th Juanda International Conference. Today, Monday, February 22, 2025, allow me to present the article we have submitted. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lina Herlina. I am a lecturer, one of the lecturer in the first graduate program at UNIDA. Majoring is in Islamic Education Management. On this occasion, allow me to present my article. The title is Formative and Summative Test Analysis Technique and to measure the competence the student in Islamic boarding school. Here I'm with my team. Have write the article because from the introduction, where the learning evaluation is a crucial element in education, including in Islamic boarding school, which have their own unique characteristic in the delivery of knowledge and the development of student characters. Two primary methods frequently used to assess student abilities are formative and summative assessment analysis techniques. Formative assessments strive to continuously monitor learning progress, provide direct feedback, and assist teacher in adjusting teaching method. And the summative assessment, on the other hand, serves as a measuring tool for students' final achievement of completing the established learning process. However, based on literature review and initial observation at Al-Azwaja Islamic Boarding School, a gap was identified between theory and practice, namely the suboptimal integration of the two assessment methods in assessing student competency comprehensively, including cognitive, affective, and psychomotor aspects. And for the article, previous research has shown that the simultaneous use of formative and summative assessment can improve the quality of learning evaluation in Islamic boarding school. For example, research from the Mi'raj in the 2024, research at the Jakri Pasbusuang Islamic boarding school highlight the importance of formative, summative, and diagnostic assessment to assess the overall academic development and character of the student. And another research from in the SMP Negeri 3 Hulu Kuantan in the subject of Islamic religious education and character education proved that good implementation of formative and summative assessment can improve learning outcomes and provide useful feedback for improving the learning process. In addition, a study at the Darul Hadis Huta Baringin Private Islamic Senior High School also emphasizes that the use of the both of types of assessment is an important element in the curriculum that supports active and quality education. Uh, from these findings, from this research, we can find our this finding are aligned with the fact that the integration of formative and summative assessment provides comprehensive insight into students' competencies, but a more specific and context-appropriate model is still needed for Aswaja-based Islamic boarding schools such as Al-Um. Based on the problems that have been described, this study aims to analyze and evaluate the application of formative and summative assessment analysis technique in measuring the competencies of children at the Al-Aswaja Islamic boarding school. Viewed from the perspective of Islamic evaluation education. More specifically, this study aims to first identify the application of formative test analysis in the assessment process at the Aswaja Islamic boarding school. Second, examine the implementation of summative test analysis in evaluating student learning achievement. And the third, reveal objectives and solution in the implementation of these evaluation techniques in the Islamic boarding school environment. Other than in the article for the literature review, we make the theory and concept. It's about educational evaluation theory, formative and summative. And then there is holistic evaluation, integration of Islamic values, and that's it. That's the second theory. The method of this article is news qualitative, especially qualitative field study conducted at the Al-Um Islamic boarding school. Information was obtained through in-depth interviews with 10 informants consisting of 6 men and 4 women, including the deputy principal for curriculum, a homeroom teacher, and male and female students, to understand their practices and understanding of formative and summative test analysis technique. This method we chosen because it can provide deeper insight and is relevant to the situation in the field. The data analysis process was carried out inductively through the stage of data reduction, data presentation, and drawing conclusion. Without using statistical analysis method, considering the descriptive qualitative nature of this research. For the method, we used Creswell in the 2012. What is the finding in this article, in this research? Before we explain about Al-Um first, Al-Um Aswaja Islamic Boarding School is contemporary Islamic educational institution located on Jalan Raya Ujung Ciawi Toll Road, Wangun Tengah Village, Sindang Sari Village, East Bogor District, Bogor City. Founded by Muhammad Rusli in 1994. And this Aswaja adopt a curriculum inspired by Pondok Modern Darussalam Gontor, with an emphasis on mastering Arabic and Islamic and English as communication tools in studying classical books and more modern Islamic literature. What we can find is the excellence of this Islamic boarding school lies in its consistently implemented values, system, and educational materials. The organized boarding system helps create integration between formal, informal, and non-formal education, while the comprehensive learning content demonstrate a combination of religious and general curricula. Furthermore, the hidden curriculum also contributes to building character and educational quality for students. All educational activities are directed toward the primary goals of the Islamic boarding school, namely tafaqquh fi ad-din, by emphasizing role models, character developments, and discipline, thus producing scholar and community leaders through effective and efficient learning method. As an educational institution, Aswaja Islamic Boarding School also implements a comprehensive evaluation method. Evaluation itself can be defined as an assessment aimed at measuring the competency each individual students. The evaluation here the evaluation not only aims to assess the students' academic abilities but also encompasses spiritual, moral, and character aspect. This is in line with the Aswaja boarding school, which applies a comprehensive evaluation principle where the assessment doesn't only focus on the final result but also the learning process, character development, and the student's ability to integrate Islamic values into various aspects of life. The conclusion of this article the research based on the research result, it can be concluded that the implementation of formative and summative test analysis method at Aswaja Islamic Boarding School has been quite successful in assessing the overall abilities of students. Formative tests are conducted regularly by developing questions through consultation, evaluation of previous question, teacher training, field learning, and mutola'ah. In addition to using a question bank to ensure consistency and quality. Mixed-term exam scores are obtained thoroughly without remedial courses, so they can reflect students' abilities objectively. Meanwhile, summative tests are held at the end of the semester through written exam using the Bayanat method, practical exam, and oral exam, also without remedial courses, so that the final grades truly reflect student achievement. However, this study found problems such as the dominant use of traditional learning method, the lack of technology utilization, and the heavy workload of teacher in compiling and analyzing questions. Therefore, recommendations are given for the need for innovation in more interactive and adaptable learning methods, increased training for teachers in developing valid and reliable evaluation instrument, and the use of information technology to support a more efficient and accurate evaluation process. The limitation of this study lie in its focus on only one Islamic boarding school and the lack of a quantitative study of the impact of evaluation on student learning achievement. Further, future research is recommended to conduct comparative studies across several Islamic boarding schools using a mixed approach and to develop the technology-based evaluation model that is appropriate to the characteristic of Islamic boarding school education. The authors would like to thank all the informants, the Al Aswadi Islamic Boarding School and Juana University Bogor for their support, opportunities, and assistance to get this research. I think it's enough. Wallahu yaqul haq wa huwa yahdi sabil. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.